This is the guitar that I wrote most of Symphony Lifespan on. It's not even a guitar. It's kind of like a mandolin. It's called a tenor guitar.
The band started out, me and Paul have been friends since birth, and we just got together, covered some Green Day.
Yeah, so Josh was my first friend. Our parents played in the symphony together, and they had us hang out at a young age, and we used to play marbles together.
We've been friends since birth, essentially, and Josh and Paul basically started the band when they were pretty young, and, needed a bass player, so I started playing bass.
And we called it Second Story Feedback because at the time we were practicing on the second floor of their house, and we just had this little Squier PA system that was too soft really to play over drums, and so we just crank it up all the way, and the mics would feed back, and our band name was very literal. It was just describing what our band practices sounded like.
And I was a little punk kid. I wanted to just play Slipknot covers with Paul, which was not happening.
The three of us became great friends. We used to act out these early Star Wars movies.
We found our happy medium. I think we each of us, me, my brother Ben, and my non-blood brother Paul, all brought something unique to the table from three very different backgrounds musically.
And so we finally just decided, it's been 9 years. Let's put the record on Spotify. And we thought it'd be cool to get some of our friends and fans and inspirations from back in the day to share what the album means to them.
Hey y'all, it's Michelle. I feel like I was a day one, maybe. I remember the show, one of y'all's first shows at the Door, Fort Worth.
My name's Katie, and I was the self-proclaimed #1 Second Story Feedback fan.
Hey, this is Graham Jones. I'm a good friend of Paul's, and man, it's crazy to think about how long it's been since Symphony Lifespan came out.
Second Story Feedback is an amazing band. They played for every bar and bat mitzvah at my synagogue growing up.
Second Story Feedback made a big impact in my life growing up. They played in my bar mitzvah.
You are a mystery, so convince me. Yeah, I was there.
I pushed Paul a lot to put this on Spotify, and I even told him I'd pay for it. I'm super excited this is going to be on Spotify. I love that album so much.
We were flashing back on all the concerts we went to of Second Story Feedback, and we're trying to recall some of the song names, and it took us some time, but we did.
What are the lyrics to this song?
The Symphony, what is it? Symphony Lifespan?
Hello, everybody. I'm a band mom for SSF, and I went to every gig.
Any show we played hundreds of shows in the DFW area, and every single one was an opportunity to share something personal that we had created with an audience and get immediate feedback. It was an immediate energy exchange, which I loved. Every show was just a great time.
I drove Paul everywhere when he was young.
And I don't think any of us could even drive then. I don't know how we got there.
We took him to play at the Door in both Fort Worth and Dallas. I've never heard anything so loud in my life. But we met a band in Kansas there.
I'm Jeremy. I'm from a band in Kansas. We met Paul and the Jessups, Josh and Ben. Were they in Tachycardia?
A really good band that had a big influence on all the boys.
Hi, I'm Shelly, Josh and Ben's mom. And I think the thing I loved the most about Second Story Feedback was having them in our home so much, playing and rehearsing. Yeah, it was a lot of creativity, a lot of energy, a lot of noise, but it was so much happy noise.
These guys are crazy. They're killing it. And I cannot wait to hear more of the drum lines, the bass beats, and the Michael Bublé-like of singing.
I also remember them coming to play at the youth group I went to at church for like a New Year's Eve bash, I think. And Paul asked me to play piano on Back to the Five, and I was an amateur piano player then and still am now, but it was really fun just to get to play with them.
I'm really excited to hear that Symphony Lifespan is finally going to be on Spotify. I remember being at the record release show like 9 years ago when I was 17 and thinking that was such a cool experience, just being there and feeling like some of my friends were rock stars.
Y'all, of course, played at my birthday parties when I was 16, 17, which was so fun. You know, easy way to have a fun birthday party, just have your friends play. I felt so cool having a band.
And they also played in my high school's Battle of the Bands.
And some of my favorite memories from high school, too, were going to SSF shows.
Some of my favorite memories growing up was definitely playing music with Second Story Feedback and recording our records with Paul's dad, Tom, and hanging out at the Deemer household.
I have two favorite memories of recording Symphony Lifespan with Second Story Feedback. The first was our family, me, my wife, and Paul, walking down the main street of Leadville, Colorado one summer, and he gets a phone call. They're interested in signing him for a record deal. That made our week. That summer, we got a record deal. Turns out Tate Records was a bogus scam outfit, and the leaders of that are probably in prison now. It didn't all work out perfectly, but that was a really exciting day.
I really love the outro to Whisper, where Ben and Josh's grandpa plays the trumpet. That's just the sweetest, most epic outro. All of their parents did a really great job on the strings, and they're super nice for giving their time and their talents.
Hi guys, my name is Scott. I'm Ben and Josh's dad. Another thing I totally enjoyed was getting to record the strings for some of your songs. The wonderful arrangements that Tom Deemer did, and working with Paul and Melanie was really some great experiences and lots of fun.
It is the first time that I ever talked to my now partner of 9 years, the virtuosic drummer Josh Jessup. And we were at an SSF show at St. Phil's Church, and I totally had a crush on him before this, but he came up to me at the show, said, "Oh, hey, I'm Josh, thanks for coming. So what kind of music do you like to listen to?" And I totally panicked. I had no idea what to say. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, like this." And he's like, "Oh, what, like indie rock or something?" I'm like, yeah, just like that. Thank you, SSF, for letting me meet the love of my life and all the great fun and music you provided. Congrats again, guys.
I'm just here to say that Peace of Mind was a great song. It stood the test of time. And I really think that you guys should have been signed on tooth and nail.
I loved all of their music, and I always loved being able to go to their shows and their concerts and see them play. I knew all the words to all the songs, and growing up, I have a lot of really wonderful memories of seeing them play and listening to their music. So I absolutely love Paul and Josh and Ben and have so much respect for them because I think they are just really fantastic musicians.
I even asked Paul one time if he would be okay if I got lyrics from Symphony Lifespan tattooed. Yeah, I miss doing sound and lights for you guys.
I think it's pretty dope that you guys are still buds. I know I am with my bandmates. There's something about making a record together, it just sort of making a child together or something.
We created something magical in my opinion, so I'm really excited for you guys to hear this re-release of Symphony Lifespan.
I cannot wait for it to come out.
I think that's it. I don't have any more fond memories of you guys.
Man, a lot of memories coming back to me listening through these songs. I'm excited that they're getting on Spotify. Some of my favorites like Whisper and Requisite, I'm really excited to listen to on there. So, yeah, congrats, guys.
Congrats to y'all putting out these songs on Spotify.
Just think about this. I need to listen to that album again. It's been at least a couple weeks.
When I wasn't able to satiate my need for Second Story Feedback.
Congratulations on releasing Second Story Feedback, Symphony Lifespan.
Congrats again, and wishing you the best on your Spotify release.
Cheers to Second Story Feedback. Love you guys.
I've always loved it, and it's always been a great time to make music with friends. And there's something truly special about getting to create and perform music with people that you genuinely love. So definitely some of my favorite memories of growing up. Concerts, whether they were big or small, and lots of them were 10 people or less, still just some of the most fun that I had in my life so far. So I look forward to sharing this re-release with everyone and for everyone to get to hear it. Thanks for listening.
When I was younger, it was easy to see you, but the older I get, the more you hide. But I know you're here with me, 'cause you're present in all that I see. I'll run into your open arms if you'll invade me again.
That's it. I love you guys. Looking forward to more Second Story feedback in the future. And definitely this album.